Good afternoon, everyone. It's 1 o'clock by coalition time. Hope everyone's settled in for a nap. I'm Susan Block. I'm the Chief Executive Officer here at the coalition. I'm joined by Gayla Thompson, our Chief Quality Officer, Christy Bafar, our Supervisor of Early Childhood Specialists, and Barbara Peck. I don't know if you can see these guys.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, a little bit. The purpose of our meeting today is to talk about the EFS modernization process. Some of you know that as the portal. We know that your experience as part of the provider portal has been, well, let's just say less than smooth. We too here at the coalition are experiencing a fair number of challenges on the coalition side, on the provider side, and on our family portal side. And we wanted to take a little bit of time this afternoon to hear the experiences of our providers, to talk about some of the challenges, and to talk at a high level of the things that are going on to fix the problems. So at the beginning of the meeting, you'll be able to unmute yourselves in order to join a conversation. The chat box is available for you to type questions or comments, and we'll be following along with that as the meeting goes. And I just want to say if there are questions that are specifically related to your detailed questions about your program, we'd ask you to call Ginger Paw here, our reimbursement supervisor. She's the one that's most likely to be able to provide you with answers. So I'm going to open the floor. Comments about your experiences. How about if we unmute everyone right now? Okay, let's do that.
Will you start talking or do we?
Hi.
Hi, this is Fran. How are you?
I'm sorry, your name again?
This is Fran. How are you?
Good, Fran. How are you?
I'm good. So far, I've had a pretty good. Uh-oh. What
You're
happened?
fine. You're okay. You're good.
Am I okay? All
You're
right.
good.
I do have a question. I have a new student in our VPK program who is here from Panama City. The parents have initiated the paperwork to get him transferred here until he's able to go back there to school. I've tried to enter him into the system, but it keeps telling me that the information is not available.
Thank you for your question, Fran. That's a question that I can answer. I was on a call this morning with the Office of Early Learning, and we were advised that any transfers from Northwest Florida, Panama City, should be sent up to the Office of Early Learning's help desk. So what I'd ask you to do is to contact Barbara, at Barbara Peck, 935-6146, and she will be able to put in a ticket to assist with the transfer. She doesn't need to. She's
What's
here.
her number again?
935-6146, and
Barbara.
she'll put in a ticket for you, and get
Okay,
that.
now, I have the student's certificate number.
Isabella, please.
I've entered it in and it just won't go. So if I call Barbara, she'll be able to help me out. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I'll call on Monday. How's that sound? Is there a good time, Barbara?
Anytime on Monday is fine.
Okay.
Just
All right. Is there an extension I need to know?
the line that I gave you is her direct extension, and just so
Okay,
that
very good.
I want to temper expectations. She won't be able to help you directly, but she's going to connect with the people who are going to help her to help you.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay.
That's great. All right. Everything else is going well with the portal program as far as getting the VPA kids involved. I'm trying to decide what's everything we're required to put in as documents. Is there anything, or do just what we've been doing in the past?
I'll field that one. This is Gayla. Pretty much you do the same things you did in the past. You use
Okay.
the same all the teacher documentation, all the documents that need to be kept up for you? Or are you talking about attendance?
Well, not yet. That was my next question. No,
Okay.
Alex, for example, we have pretty much the same teachers as last year. Do I need to update anything with them, or is the information you have sufficient?
What I would do if I were you is call Bernadette
Okay.
and have her take a look at it and make sure that everything is correct. If you
Okay,
haven't
I'll do that.
heard from us, though, it probably is.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. That sounds good. Now, the attendance thing. How long before we're going to be able to do it on the portal?
Well, that was one of the big questions of the day, and I don't have a
Okay.
firm answer for you, and I wish I did. This is why we're going to keep this conversation at a high level today. The Office of Early Learning is working with developers to make fixes to the program, and on a fairly regular basis, we are hearing from them about the progress. But as they make progress in some areas, there are more things that are becoming complicated, so it's not necessarily a straight path from here to there.
Okay.
That said, we'll ask you to continue to upload your attendance and sign-in information through your SharePoint account. And we are
Okay.
very grateful that all of you worked with us in the last couple of years to get on board with SharePoint, because right now it's helping us to continue payment.
Yeah, it's a big help, that's for sure.
Yes.
Nope. I think that's all I had.
Well, thank you, Fran.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions?
Hello?
Nope.
Is someone trying to say something? Got some lovely nap time music in the background. If there are no other comments or questions at this point, I would conclude by saying that we are in the process here internally of coming up with some alternate plans for payment for the October reimbursement cycle. We're very painfully aware of how difficult it is not to have reports, not to be able to see individual children, and not to exactly be able to reconcile. The reports that our reimbursement team are looking to create will reduce some of the adjustments that would be needed later on, although they may not yet be entirely accurate. So I'm going to hold off on providing details on what that might look like, and you'll see a communication toward the end of the month, maybe right at the end of the month. Maybe it'll be a Halloween tweet to tell you about how we're going to make some improvements to a stopgap measure. We appreciate your patience along the payment end of things, and if it were up to us, we would be wiggling our noses, so to speak, and making this work. It's unfortunately not that easy. If there are issues that you have along the lines of payment, please be in touch with Ginger. Your early childhood specialist, Chris, and your team are troubleshooting and bringing issues back to the coalition. Gayla is always available to answer your questions, whether it be on the portal or other elements of your contracts with us. We appreciate the good work that you're doing with our children and our families, and we absolutely couldn't do it without you. So thank you for being with us this afternoon. Stay tuned for more information.
Ask any questions that came to mind.
Oh, hey, Ed, you still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Now, I have one other question. I thought about it as you were talking. The thing I'm concerned about for the student from Panama City is I want to get him registered so that he gets credit for the attendance. Is that, I don't know whether it affects what's going to happen to him when he finishes the program to go to kindergarten, but I think it's important that he get credit for attending classes here. I talked to the mother this morning, and she said the public schools up there aren't going to open until November 16th, and she doesn't know when her school is going to open because all of the teachers' houses were completely destroyed. And so they don't know when they're going to be able to get back on track. So he could be here for quite a while.
Right. He'll be credited. Part of what happens, and unfortunately we know this from our experience with Irma last year, that the Office of Early Learning has to be thinking about how to waive certain requirements and how to support us in a flexible way. Our big system of providing these programs isn't always simple. So they're working with us to make sure that
Okay.
children get credited.
That's good. That's my main concern. We're not worried about any payment or anything with him necessarily. Anything we get would be fine, but we want to make sure he gets credit for attending classes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions before we leave the meeting today? Again, our thanks for all that you do. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.